It is the NFL on EA Sports, and it will likely be the final season in which we say we've got football from Oakland, California. Today, it's a matchup in the AFC West between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Oakland Raiders. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run here with a former Steeler. This is Le'Veon Bell. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On second down, it's Bell. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. 2 runs for a net gain of nothing. Now here's 3rd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Vita Vea.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. It's a 42-yard punt. They keep him to just a yard on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's Ward throwing to start the drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. The second-year man from USC, this is Ronald Jones. A 4-yard pickup that gets him going forward, but still 15 yards left on 3rd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
He sets up the screen to Jones. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. It'll be a pickup of 14, but they're still a little bit short as it brings up 4th.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. I love those plays. 4th and 1, that's who wants it more, this time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
The tackle there by LaMarcus Joyner.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Out of the pistol to give to Jones. Room here to run. The 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Ronald Jones, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Bailey got the extra point. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
But you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
A first carry for the converted wideout, J.D. McKissick. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 12 yards that time at an Oakland first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
A carry now for McKissick. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. On 2nd and 12, Cousins. It's caught by Aguilar. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mason Foster in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast, and a big sack. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Ready for the second quarter, and it's our visitors with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
2nd and 5. Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by David Amerson. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. So a pick 6 there out of the nickel package. They went with... Five DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick 6 going the other way.
Extra point put through by Suckup, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Jones. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
To throw on third down. Moore. And this is going to be incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
KC last year on fourth down, 12 of 15, third best in the league, and they're going again. They're going to try and throw. And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. And the coach has decided to challenge this play. He has tossed down the red flag. Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. They go play action here on first down. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up second down. That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7. Here's McKissick. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Cousins from the gun on 3rd. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Now this offense trotting back onto the field. Let's turn our attention here to Ronald Jones. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times. But as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done
a big seam, and he might go all the way. James. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Ronald Jones, 79 yards. And the Chiefs are going to jump back in front. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again. And again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 6. Now a hit and a loose football.
Let's go.
As that ball got away from him, and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
Go. Go.
Cousins on first down. And this one complete to Reed. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run with McKissick. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. Now it appears we've got a Chief moving pretty gingerly down there. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this. They will run it. It's McKissick. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
Let's go.
Jay Ajayi works his way back onto the field. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. And no pitch there and no chance either as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. Looking to throw. Moore. They set up the screen to Ajayi. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
It's hard to play in the NFL now as a running back and not catch the football as well. Jay Ajayi shows what you can do when you have both of those skills.
Good in space, isn't he?
He really is able to catch the ball, and he helps create blocks downfield. A lot of times that's what people miss. It's not just making other guys miss you. It's setting up guys to block those guys downfield with the moves you make, and Jay Ajayi does that very well.
To throw is Ward. Off the play fake. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Now it's Ajayi. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. Tackle there going to Marshawn Lattimore. Pitch to Ajayi. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. From the gun, Nickerson eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 23. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend.
You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on 2nd down, and that leads to a tough 3rd down call. He may try and run for this. Here's Ajayi. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on 3rd down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. He pitches it out. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Back to throw. Nickers, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. From the shotgun to give to Jones. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
This is a giant. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They stay on the ground. Again, it's a giant. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a 1st and goal. You know they'd love nothing more than to get a 3 and out here after having the interception.
And it also tells you a little bit about how they feel about their leader, right? Their quarterback throws an interception in the previous series. They're trying to help him out here with a big stand.
It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come out in the pistol. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. They'll try to run with a J. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He was looking that time for Stills, but now it's 3rd and goal.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. but the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
They run with Ajayi. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Raekwon McMillan. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary.
And the Raiders have got him. Muhammad Wilkerson sacks him that time, coming in off the edge.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Brian Burns in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Kirk Cousins now gearing up to lead this offense back out there. And the interception that ended their previous drive, that might be one we look back on and say that was the turning point of this game.
Hey, partner, guess what?
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Vita Vea able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Cousins to throw it. And he finds the tight end, Reed. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now a draw play. This is Bell. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. He's back to throw. And Reed with it over the middle.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
1st down now, but the clock continues to move. He'll look to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 30. Cousins to throw. Safarian Jenkins has it. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down. They'll look to throw.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-armed guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Cousins. And his ball is caught. It's a touchdown. And now in the final seconds, they're a PAT away from likely getting this thing to overtime. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
A very important extra point there, up and good. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. This one taken from the 7. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Ward to throw again. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. Looking to throw. Nickerson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Now a first down carry by Bell. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Here comes a big one now in overtime. This is 3rd and inches.
50 seconds to
From the gun, here's Cousins. And he finds Safarian Jenkins. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down.
Let's go.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
On first down, Bell. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. The man from nearby Richmond, Tack McKinley, in on the stop.
Push him back.
Again, it's Bell. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward. And it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off. But in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. Well, I know you're toward the middle of the field here, but still, 4th down this distance, you got to punt it right.
That's definitely the first instinct because you say, okay, let's just play some field position, make sure we don't lose the game here, turn it over in a key spot. But if you feel really good about your trigger guy, if you feel great about him, you might want to leave the ball in his hands and let him work his magic.
And now here comes Kansas City. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. Here's a handoff to Ajayi to begin the drive. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down. First down now, but that clock rolling. Right back to him on first down. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. Anthony Walker, the other Colts linebacker with over 100 tackles a year ago, making the play there.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally. And open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Back to throw. Moore. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Losing 4 yards that time. And now it's 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. And look at this. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. Well, how about this? The very, very rare tie that we just witnessed. Hard to believe.
You don't see it very often. A bonus period of football, yet both teams go home a little bit unsatisfied.
So that's it. No double overtime until the playoffs roll around, so that means this one ends in a tie.
Yeah, that's ultimately unsatisfying for both teams, the fan bases. Heck, for us.
True.
We came here to see a winner, right?
We did.
Winner and a loser. We didn't get it. We end up with a tie. Everyone walks away. A little bit cranky on this one.
Man.
Yeah.
MEH, man. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the